Okay lads, so this is Geometry 2006 paper 2 and it's your question 3. The only part that won't be done in this question is the C part 2, the question that asks you to construct the incircle of a triangle. As well as that, I'd say that the C part 1, the construction of the sides, a construction of a triangle, I can show you roughly how to do it, but I can't construct it using this pen. Okay. So the A part, you're given a diagram. You have to make sure that you read the information that you're given. So you're given a triangle ABC. And you're told that the line MN is parallel to the baseline BC. But you're also told that the triangle effectively is isosceles, that AB is equal to AC. That'll be important for the second part of the question. You're told that this angle in here is 115 degrees. So there's two different ways that you can approach this question. You've got this C here. And that C, the way you reference that is internal angles. So in other words, this angle and this angle should add up to give 180 degrees. So this angle in here needs to be 65 degrees. You can just write it like that. Now that you know what that angle is, you can automatically determine that this angle is 65 because it's an isosceles triangle, and that allows you to access the angle up at the top. Full triangle has 180 degrees. We ignore the MN, we ignore the smaller triangle, we look at the triangle ABC. So 180 minus 65 minus 65, that'll be 180 minus 130. Sorry, giving you 50 degrees. Okay. That's the first part of it done. The part B, 1. It's a proof. Okay. So you just know it off by heart. What do you need to make sure that you put in? You have to make sure you put in given, to prove, construction and proof. Okay, and obviously the diagram will be in there anyway. Sometimes people like to write out the theorem heading, you know, so, and that'll be given to you in the question. Yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. Diagram. Will be like that. Label it A, B, C. Sometimes people put a D out here as well. Okay, not absolutely necessary, but sometimes people do it. What you're given, the triangle ABC with BC extended to D. Your constructions. You're going to label the angles. And it'll be angle 1 through to angle 4. You can do that. And then to prove, well, what you're trying to, that the exterior angle, so in other words in my diagram here, angle 4 equals angle 1 plus 2. Now I know it's a little bit tight. When you're laying it out, you lay it out a little bit better. Now it's just to keep it all on the one page. I'm going to use this part up here. I know it's a little bit messy, but just to keep it all on the one page. So then you've got your proof. There are no triangles to consider in this instance, so you won't start it like that. What you'll say is that angle 1, 2 and 3 is equal to 180. Don't forget your justification. Sum of the angles. In a triangle. Then you can say that angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Don't forget your justification, straight line. Sorry, that's wrong. Is equal to 180. Again, your justification, straight line. So if they're both equal to 180, that means they're both equal to each other. So, therefore, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 3 plus 4. Of course, the angle 3's cancel out. And your proof is done. Okay. Next part of the question. Don't forget, lads, you can pause this when it's online and stuff like that and have a look at what I'm doing. Part B2. You're given a shape, triangles and whatnot. So this length is equal to that length, so it's isosceles. X, Y, 72, 40. Okay, what do you ask to do? Find the values of X and Y. Okay then, so we're going to start in the triangle on the left hand side. So we know that 72 plus 40 is 112. 180 minus 112 gives you 68 degrees. And that's what this angle here is worth. Of course then, lads, you look at this, that it's a straight line, which means this angle here has to be 112 degrees. Out of interest, it's worth noting that, and you don't have to do it this way, you can do it the way I've just shown you, but in order to find X, you can use the theorem that you've just proved. So you can say that it's the exterior angle theorem. Have a quick look here. This is 72. This is 40. Well, the exterior angle theorem says that I just add the two of these, and that gives me what that is. And you can see that 72 plus 40 gives you 112. Doesn't matter which way you do it. I'm just pointing it out to you. Taking the second triangle, the triangle that's over here on the right hand side, you've got Y, 112. But lads, you're told that these two lengths are the same. That means that it's an isosceles triangle, which means those two angles are the same. So you'll say 180 minus 112, and you'll half the answer. So that'll be 68 divided by 2. 34 degrees is equal to Y. That's always a good idea when you're finishing the geometry questions, when you're writing them out, just for the examiner. Make it easy for him. Give him the answers. Okay? So you do your work whatever way you need to do it, and then just give him the final answers. And some people tend to box them off as well. Okay? Alright, the next part of the question, constructing a triangle. Just going to do the C part 1 again, lads. Remember, I can't necessarily do this properly. I can just show you how to go about it. Draw a rough sketch. They want an 8, a 7 and a 6. What I'd advise you to do is what's always a good idea is always put the longest length on the bottom. It just helps. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. And another good idea is just to mark off the centimeters as you go. Sorry, that didn't come out. Mark off the centimeters as you go, because then what you can do is you put the point down and you can just count forward or count backwards how many centimeters you need. So this is 8 centimeters. To work out for 7, I'll count out at my point will go there, and I'll count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then using the compass I'll draw my arch. To do the other side, just put this in red so as you can see it, I'll put the point down here this time, and I want this arch to be 6, so I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll draw the arch that way. This gives you your point of intersection, and all you have to do then is join the point of intersection to the start. Sorry, just 1 second. To the start, and the point of intersection to the end. One thing I will say, a very common error is, for some reason when people are joining, are drawing the 2 extra lines, so this is now 7 centimeters and this is now 6 centimeters. When people are joining them, sometimes they join there to there, or they'll join there to there. Just be a little bit careful that you always use the 2 end points and not just where the arches came from. Okay? Quite common. Lads, when you're drawing it, you have to draw it, you're asked to construct it, you have to draw it using a compass, and you cannot rub out the arch lines, the compass lines. Okay? You have to leave them in there. It's your evidence, it's your proof. Okay? You do need to be as accurate as you can. It will be checked. Each side will be measured and checked. And usually, if you're out by 1 millimeter, that's as much leeway as you get. So it has to be very, very accurate. So when you're drawing it, another tip for you is just make sure that your page is nice and flat. Okay.